Do people coming from different cultural background, can they interpret their dreams in similar ways, or you have to channel into what that symbol means to that individual?
Both. So I have interpreted dreams for people from all different cultures. Many dream symbols mean the exact same thing for, no matter what culture, or at least in my experience, what culture you're from. But some things mean something different. In many dreams, the symbol of a bear is about your digestive or elimination system, where we'll have a little bit of potty talk right now, right? So when you bear down, that means that you're having difficulty with your elimination system. Also, a bear, because of the color brown, and if it's showing up as something that's kind of like blocking a pathway or something like that, it can also be about constipation. Um, but what I found, by looking beyond the typical meaning, when I have, with some other clients that I've had, I actually seem to attract shamans because I've had several now. Well, by several, I mean three. I feel like that's a lot, of people come to me that didn't really know, or had never been told, or had maybe didn't believe, even though they felt it, that they were shamans. And for shamans, animals can mean something very different. Bears are very important for, the Native American culture. So a bear isn't always about your digestive system or your body. It can be about a powerful, spiritual guide, something like that. Snakes also, um, oftentimes they are about cancer, and you don't really want to see a snake in your dream unless it's depicted in a very great way, like great colors, or it's not slithering on the ground in the dirt, or in the mud. If you maybe see two snakes wrapped up together, um, in a gentle way, that could often be, and the only reason I say often is because I've seen it a couple times in dreams, is that that's about the, medical, symbol for the symbol
Like
medicine.
Kundalini awakening. Yeah.
Also kundalini, yes, I have seen somebody's dream where the snake was about kundalini, and actually her coming to this like sexual awakening, and, um finding that within herself, like this overwhelming joy and passion within herself. But also there's a symbol for, it's on pharmacies and things like
Yeah.
that, and it's the two snakes
Yeah.
wrapped
Yeah.
up. So oftentimes that means that this person is a healer, as opposed to this person has cancer. You want to be really careful when you're looking, and saying, oh, you have cancer. That's not, um, what it is all the time. But also, if you do have a symbol in your dream that relates to cancer, it is okay. Of course, you want to pay attention to it, but we all have cells in our bodies that, can be cancerous, or have been, and then our body has fought it off, and we're fine. So speaking of cancer symbols, oftentimes rodents are cancer symbols as well, or even just kind of like the fact that they're sort of on the ground. It can just be something that you need to overcome, or something that's not very good for you. So for example, if you see a rat eating a, um, piece of meat or a piece of bread or something, or rat droppings on that, it's usually that you probably shouldn't be eating that food, or maybe you ate some food that was contaminated in some way. Cows in India, so you gave me this idea. Cows in India are very sacred. And so, if, you are of the culture where cows are very sacred, and you see that in your dream, well, that's a very numinous dream. But if you're not of that culture and that's not what it means to you, well, then you see a cow, it could be a few other things. It could be that you're not supposed to be consuming dairy or even beef, or even that there's a phrase like something is as big as a cow or something. It could just mean that there's a big problem and you're not seeing it, and the dream wants you to see it. Sometimes it's just the color of the cow. Maybe if the cow is black and white, then that can be that you see things in a very just logical, there's no room for gray areas kind of way, where that type of dream would tell you that you have some more work to do on your heart because your heart is not being allowed the space to go beyond the black and white.
I see. I think snake can also be someone being snaky that the dream want you to be aware of.
Yes, I recall having a dream that very clearly meant that people were being a snake, and actually it was kind of a I would say prophetic dream because of the symbolism in it was prophetic, and this was many years ago, so I don't remember a lot of the details. I just remember that it was relating to a person who I thought was a friend, and I had confided in this person, and the dream told me, you better watch out, that person's a snake. And so I just immediately decided, I'm not going to confide in that person anymore. And turns out that they very much were. They had kind of told other people what I was saying. And yeah, so dreams can be so valuable that